What's up, GG Nation? GG Legion. Still haven't decided on the name for you guys. Welcome to the Golden God and Friends podcast episode 6 or 7 or 5, 6 or 7. I recorded a lot lately. I really appreciate everyone being patient with me. I got stuff trending up. I got the Twitter active. I got working on the YouTube, working on a banner, still getting the logo made. A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. This podcast is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be a lot about sports, so probably stuff you guys don't like as much. We're gonna talk about the cover athletes of the two new games. That
still got a video game aspect to it.
Yeah, it does for sure. And then we are gonna also talk about Injustice 2 to DLC Pack 1, and what are other predictions? Did you see the other silhouettes of everything as well?
No, I did not.
Okay, well,
this is where I come for information, Levi.
Yeah.
I come to your podcast so you can inform me.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about kind of James Harden and the Houston Rockets and what beatdown they did they had last night. So, as usual, I'm your host and moderator. It's your boy, Straussman, the GG. Of course, I got my cousin here, this cutie pie, Strausszilla himself. What's up, JJ? How you doing?
I'm good today, Levi. It's Friday, or whatever day this comes out. Whatever. We'll just pretend
It is Friday for us. Yes. I will have things uploaded soon. I got everything. Like I said, I figured out on YouTube I can just edit the first video, edit what I need to edit, and then we're good. Because all the other videos don't need editing. It's just that one particular one.
Yeah, I gotta cut some things out.
Yeah, something out. Everyone that has been on the podcast or has watched the podcast knows what the fuck I'm talking about. But we're not Howard Stern yet. We're not there yet.
No.
Airing out dirty laundry.
Not getting my dick sucked on this podcast yet.
We're not there. We're gonna talk about
It'll get there.
We'll get there for sure. So let's start out with a couple days ago, an NBA 2K18 just suddenly just getting announced. Like, no one expected it, just out of nowhere. And they showed the legend cover of Shaq, so that we know who the legend cover is. We don't know who the actual regular cover art is.
No. And if you get the golden edition, it's even a different Shaq.
It's the Laker Shaq.
Yeah.
And the legend one is just the Heat Shaq.
Heat, yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I like that. It's really interesting.
I hope the regular one is Boston Shaq.
It's exclusive at said place.
The place that will not be named?
That I used to said place that I worked for, so I have to go there and get it. So fuck.
You grind on those games too, man.
Huh?
You really grind on that game. I'm gonna play a lot more My Player this year. I know I said that last year, but
that's what you and me used to do, was play My Player, and I got really into. I was not.
My team is so good on the NBA game. Just does it right.
Yeah,
the rewards are awesome.
Was not. They did a really good job this year. Last year, I didn't like my team as much. I didn't play it as much. This year, the rewards were much better. I liked how. I liked how I said I was going to just play my career this year, and I ended up playing my team 95% of the time.
Dude, you grinded so hard.
Got 2 pink diamonds. Still trying to get pink diamond Isaiah Thomas. The game. Well, goddamn it. 2K, just give me pink diamond Isaiah Thomas, dude. Like, I got almost 500 wins. Like, give me the fucking pink diamond that I want. Rep my Pistons.
Give the man his fucking card.
Yeah. So let's talk about, what do you think of that announcement out of the blue? What do you think of the additions? The Legend edition, the Legend Gold edition, comes with a lot more than it did last year.
Yeah. I mean, it's the way it's been going. Was that 3 years now in a row they've done the Legend editions?
Last year was the first one.
Well, didn't they do Jordan the year before?
Yeah, but it wasn't a Legend edition. It was just a.
It was the I'm maybe the greatest player of all time edition.
It was the Jordan edition. That's what they exactly called it. Kobe was the first actual Legend edition, and if you watch the trailer with Shaq, he's the one typing the key.
Yeah, that's funny. They need to get away from their Lakers, though.
Yeah.
Fuck the Lakers. 5-game sweep.
Shit.
Yeah, I like Shaq. He's a personality. He's maybe the most dominant player to ever play. Just just out of, I mean, big dude,
Just
just
sheer
big
mass alone, yeah.
yeah. This guy and early on in his career, especially when he was with the Magic, man,
He was
that
very
guy,
athletic.
he could run up and down the floor, and he was. It's a shame to see him go to LA. I wish he would have stayed in Orlando. I wish Penny would have stayed. But I like the
wish
announcement.
Penny never got hurt. The Magic could have been really special. That team was special.
Yeah, I like having Shaq on. I don't mind having Shaq on it.
Yeah.
And the cover looks great.
Yeah.
Especially the gold legend one. That one just looks fantastic.
I kind of like we talked about it. I like how they have both different.
Yeah.
What do you think of the content of the Legend Gold Edition? Do you think it was fair enough? Do you think it's too much?
You get a lot of
it's
shit, man.
$150. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but I mean it's worth it if you play the game. If you play the game a lot, it's worth spending that because you're gonna spend that extra money anyway, fucking getting stubs and shit. So
yeah, VC.
So yeah, or VC. Sorry, I'm playing the show.
I'm ashamed to admit this because you know me. I'm very much a purist of just grinding and playing the game, and just letting the awards come to me. I'd probably put a good like $400 into VC this year.
But yeah, I mean, you got it on the sales, and again, it's.
Usually I do take advantage of the sale, but it's still.
If you. The rewards and the packs themselves, I probably spent about $60 on VC this year, and I don't play it as much as you do. I love it, but just opening a pack and knowing you're gonna get something good is awesome. Like you get one of those boxes, you'll pull. I got that one. I got a.
My pulls.
I got a Sapphire Russell Westbrook. I got a Sapphire KD. And I pulled that Halloween Rip Hamilton in the pack.
You had really good pack luck. I had shitty pack luck this year.
Yeah, it was. And the reward system is perfect. I mean, Mutt can't even compare to this.
I say Mutt's much better than my team for sure. Mutt's more of a grind, but you're rewarded a lot more, and they have a lot more content. But 2K's done a really great job this year. They really have with the content, with the diamonds lately. They just had a playoff diamond for, I'm sure they're going to have
Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah,
he's been killing it.
Yeah, he's been killing it. Who do you think? Let's give our predictions for the regular cover athlete. I already got two people in mind, but I want to see who you think personally will be the
It's no doubt in my mind, 100% Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. I was going to either say Russell Westbrook or Kawhi Leonard. One of the two.
Leonard wouldn't. See, that's a good. Because who was the three? Well, this year was Paul George.
Last
game it was Paul George.
The
year before it was Harden.
It was.
No, the year before that was Durant. It was. I got the Harden one, but it was Harden, Curry, and
AD Anthony Davis.
Yeah. So Westbrook hasn't been on it yet. Just had a record-breaking season. If I was a betting man, I'd put all my money on Russell Westbrook.
I would assume that'd be his number one choice. The 2K's number one choice for sure would be Russell. If not, I would say Kawhi would be top there too because he's very underappreciated.
But it's hard to get a guy. I mean, he just flies under the radar. He's probably the third best player in the league, maybe the second best player in the league. And just flies right under that radar. No one talks about him. It's because. I mean, we're not going to get into it yet, but it's because he doesn't even play in the Spurs win by 25. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Not just that, it's just he's very humble. He doesn't really talk.
Well, he's
not showy. Like, Westbrook always has a weird outfit every game, he's so emotional, and he's in your face, and he's talking shit. Like, he's a big dude.
I'm not a fan of him for one simple reason. I respect the way he plays, and I
love Russ.
If I were to play, I'd be a lot like him. I'd be talking shit. If I knew I was that good, you can't stop me. Fuck you. Be fucking flipping everybody off too.
That's how he talks to me in Madden every time we play Madden in the Super Bowl. Every year, that's how JJ talks. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Thanks.
Yeah, winning this one. Yeah, Westbrook will be the regular one. I would like. Are they going to keep this trend up, you think? Or do you think they're going to keep going Legend Editions?
I think so. It's just going to be interesting because I think they kind of messed up if they did the Jordan Edition already. Like, it's hard to put him back on the cover again. Like, he's been on the cover.
But wasn't he... he was on the cover like 4 years in a row, wasn't he? Or three?
Like three times because they had that contract dispute. That's why they had to use Legend.
Well, when I he was never on video games before. Like he always took his.
They broke down the barrier, but I meant I didn't mean them. I meant like the actual like current athletes at the time. There was a contract dispute, and that's why they were not on covers of 2K. That's why they had like Larry Bird and Magic and a whole bunch of others back in the time. You know.
Yeah.
But that has all changed. Obviously, 2K's making kajillion fucking money. So
it's maybe the best sports franchise out there right now.
It's one of the best. I'd say the show's up there too. The show is well taken care of.
The show, because of it's only marketed to, and I think at this point, just to get into gaming nowadays, is there isn't the same brand loyalty there was when we were kids. You either had an Xbox or you had a PlayStation. You didn't have both. Where now you have to have all of them so you can play everything. Because
mostly, you're absolutely right. There's still some fanboys out there and stuff like that. And on this channel, we're not fanboys. I own literally every fucking console.
I've never been part of that brand loyalty bullshit.
Yeah. I do. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I got both. I always got PlayStation. Even the Nintendo systems, where I'm not a big fan of Nintendo, but Mario, man, Mario. Yeah, that's all you have to say. Super Smash Bros. Or whatever, Super Smash Melee or whatever. You got a GameCube, so you could play. You got a GameCube, so you could play 3 games. So it's. I always wanted to play everything, so there isn't that same brand loyalty. So people who used to not be able to play the show because they're like, well, I'm not getting a fucking PlayStation. I'm an Xbox. Now you get a PlayStation so you can play the greatest sports game ever made.
Absolutely. I absolutely love this show. Allie.
Yeah.
Allie.
It's almost her birthday. She can cry if she wants to.
Yeah. I absolutely love video games in general, and it's like you said, it's hard to be loyal to anything. I do absolutely have favorites, so I do love my PS4 more than anything. It's probably the thing I love the most, legitimately. I even have this thing. And I probably only put about 6 hours into Zelda. And I'm at 62 hours into Persona 5. I do apologize, I keep bringing up Persona 5 on like every podcast, guys, but it's just my thing, it's my jam. So let's go to the next cover athlete. That was a good prediction. I think it's a safe bet. Russell Westbrook will for sure. If not, get Kawhi. I think he deserves to be on the cover of 2K eventually. Let's get to the GOAT edition, they're calling it, for Tom Brady. It just got announced today, literally today. Tom Brady, not too big of a surprise. I kind of was having it. The biggest surprise
is it hasn't happened yet.
Yes, how many
for him to not be on it yet. He's
25
he is the most maybe polarizing player in football that I can remember, where people. I mean, you have the Tom Brady apologists, and you have obviously the Patriot fans or the people who aren't Patriots fans think he's a cheater and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm more toward. I'm not an apologist, but I love Tom Brady. I think. The way it's the same reason if Russell Westbrook wanted to talk shit about Detroit, I'd be fine with him. But the same reason that Russell Westbrook is hated, the same reason Tom Brady. They're very fiery competitors.
Yes, I don't.
Everything.
I feel like Tom Brady. Like I think a lot of people overlook that of Tom Brady and how actually competitive he is. This guy wants to be the best.
This is a guy who's won 6 Super Bowls?
He's what?
Or 5. He's won 5 Super Bowls or 6?
Yeah, the 5. He won 5. That's the most ever.
So he's won 5 Super Bowls, and he still wants to punch you in the face.
Yes,
he's
been to 7.
Yeah, this guy is
5-2 record.
He deserves to be on Madden, and I think a lot of people want him on Madden, so he'll break his leg. And
Megatron kind of.
He crushed that.
Yeah, Megatron,
curse.
Crushed that record already. Like the curse, anyway. He crushed the curse anyway.
So I looked at two polls today online of the greatest Madden covers of all time, and the worst one unanimously was Peyton Hillis.
Yeah.
And then they had John Madden for I think John Madden was on 10 of them.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But I want to see if you can guess the top 5.
Top 5. I want to talk about Peyton Hillis really quick, then I'll guess my top 5. he had such a dominant year that year. It looked like he was going to be one of the best ever. And then for whatever reason, next year he just was not the same.
People forget too that he beat. It was fan voting then.
Yeah, he got
And
voted
Peyton
on.
Hillis.
He got
Peyton
voted
Hillis
on.
was in the finals against Aaron Rodgers and beat him
And beat Aaron
in a
got
fan voting. That's
Cleveland
crazy. That's
Browns.
another guy who I think will eventually be on the cover.
Aaron
is-
Rodgers. I'm shocked he hasn't been either.
He's been. Not only does he have.
It'd be hard
And
for me
that's-
to buy that game though if he's on the cover.
I didn't. I purposely spent more money to get the special edition of Madden, so I want to get the Brett Favre one.
Yes, yeah.
Because that was Madden 20, I believe.
Yes, it was. Yes.
And so they came out with the Steelbook special edition.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not getting the one with Brett Favre on the cover. I won't do it. So if an Aaron, I might be playing, because it might be next year. I might be playing Madden 18 a year longer, just because my fandom won't let me get
So,
that.
I'm gonna go with top 5. I'm gonna say Barry Sanders is in the top 5. Ray Lewis. Really?
No,
Wow.
no.
Okay, well, let me finish the other 3. It's just gonna be.
All right.
I figured Barry because Barry's very, very much
Yeah.
loved by everybody, even though he's a Lion. Ray Lewis is also very much loved. That was probably one of the best Madden games ever too. Was the one he was on.
Introduction of the hit stick.
Yeah, because that Baltimore Ravens defense, man, that was ridiculous. That's the reason why they won the Super Bowl was because of the defense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The other 3 is gonna be tough. 'Cause I'm trying to think.
You don't even have to think that hard, Levi.
I'm probably
I'll give you a big hint,
It's gotta be
including the
Brett
Tom
Favre.
Brady one.
Brett Favre, right?
No,
No.
it's including the Tom Brady one.
Okay, so Tom Brady's obviously number 1.
They had him at 2.
Really? So one above Tom Brady
Or no, he was at 3. Tom Brady was at 3.
at 3. So Tom Brady. So they're including every single one. So Tom Brady. I don't want to say Grunk. I don't think Grunk's one of the favorite ones.
Gronk was number 2.
Wow. Okay, so fanboys, definitely a lot of fanboys there. And then number
It was,
1,
I
who's
forgot what
above them then.
Think spectacular.
Well, I only think of myself when you say those words.
Very, very true. Very true. Obviously I disagree with that, but you know, if you believe it is what it is.
Wow.
That's what I was trying to teach Seth today. Recent. It was very recent.
Like 5 years
And-
recent?
Like 3 years recent.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Odell, Gronk, and then Tom Brady.
Brady were the
Who's
top
4
3.
and 5?
Calvin was 4,
Really?
and Richard Sherman was 5. They went really recent because they did better with the covers.
Yeah, the
And then
covers look way better than they did back in the
Barry
day.
was 6. Barry was 6.
Okay, so I was close. I was just one
Yep.
off
Yep.
for Barry.
Yep.
I figured because that was another fan vote, and he's the one that won that one.
Yeah.
And so did
I
Calvin.
was-
Calvin had won the fan vote as well.
I like what Madden's been doing with their covers. The Barry one, outside of just being a Lions fan, was my favorite because of, they included, well, they've done it more recently too. They incorporate, not just the player, but the city. So Joe
Yes,
Louis Fist in the
yeah.
background. And
So let me see if I can
so
give you a demonstration. That's how 16 looks with Odell on the cover.
and because of that catch,
That's made
you
his
knew
name.
right away he was.
That,
Yeah, you knew right away he was on the cover.
that
It,
was- honestly, probably
it may
one
not
of the
it may
most-
not be the greatest catch of all time, but it's one of it's
And here's
for
Gronk.
degree of difficulty. Gronk, I think that one's higher too. They're all higher because they're adding more personality to it.
And Gronk's quite the character himself. He's
Yeah,
very,
I mean, he's
very non-patriot. Like if you go to the Patriots, they're very calm, collective guys that do their business well. And he's just the goofy. He's like me. He's just the goofy asshole.
but he's so talented. Like he
So
is
dominant.
nearly impossible to top or
He's
stop.
the only thing that holds him back is he just gets injured. He just,
I mean, he can't stay healthy.
Healthy.
Elbow, back, all that shit. But The Tom Brady and then calling it the GOAT edition, it's going to piss a lot of people off, and I'm happy about it.
It is going to piss a lot of people off, but it makes sense, man. He's the only person to ever win 5 Super Bowls. They were down 25 points and came back and won that game, which is, I can't believe that actually happened, to be honest with you. Like,
I couldn't either.
Shocked.
I was very disappointed.
In Atlanta.
Then it became a football game. And the NFL now, that's the way the NFL goes now. It's basically, it's like NBA basketball. A team's going to go on a 15-point run, but the other team will come right back and have a 16-point run or a 25-point run. It's the way it goes. Don't ever give up. I mean, us as Lions fans know that pretty well. Don't ever give up on the game. It could change in a heartbeat.
Yes. How many? 8 comebacks? Freaking last year, record breaking.
Yeah.
Honestly, last year in general was a full year of comebacks. You know, Cleveland came down 3-1. Cubs came back from 3-1. Tom fucking Brady comes back from 25. Like it's insane without without Grunk, and some of those he still had stuff and Edelman doesn't get enough love, and Amendola doesn't get enough
that
love.
Was, I mean, you look at Super Bowl victories, and you can almost come down to like signature plays, the David Tyree helmet catch, the Mario Manningham on the sideline catch, the Julian Edelman, the ball gets fucking tipped in the air and he somehow catches it.
Yeah.
And that's after Julio Jones had one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl, maybe the greatest catch in Super Bowl history. Toe drag. It's a game where I find myself rooting for Tom Brady to win. I do. I'm not a Patriots fan.
I'm shocked to hear you say that.
I'm not a Patriots fan, but
he is from Michigan, though.
But it's also a guy that a lot of people can relate to a little bit, where he's at Michigan. They're always trying to push him out. No one wants to give him a fair shot at it.
Yeah.
He's obviously better. He's better than Drew Henson. He was better than Greasy, but they kept benching Tom Brady for these guys. They'd be down. They'd bring in Brady, and Brady'd come in and win the game for Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they would just left him alone, he'd been fine. 6th-round pick. What is it? 6 quarterbacks got drafted before Tom Brady.
Yeah. None of them were in the league.
And he's just this. He's a guy he's a guy I respect. You don't have to, but he's a guy I respect because he just keeps coming after every single day.
Him.
Like,
I'm
well, not just you. It's anybody.
I'm just. Oh, okay.
Well, they're the New York Yankees of football. People don't. If it's not your team, you don't want them to keep winning. You want to see something new. Like I was rooting for Rocket. I was rooting for Rockets Wizards this year.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Golden State Cleveland play twice.
It looks like it's going to be Golden State Cleveland. Possibly.
And it looks like it's going to be them both going into it 12-0. Like the Spurs might get 1 or 2, but if Kawhi's hurt,
the Spurs could beat them, but they need Kawhi back. It
sounds like he'll be back for the next game, but I mean the Warriors just keep coming at you. If let's just say Klay Thompson's sucking or Steph Curry's sucking. Well, here's Kevin Durant pouring in 38. Draymond Green getting a triple-double.
Kevin Durant
Andre Iguodala
seems very comfortable in Golden State right now. Like at first, earlier in the year, he was timid. But as the year goes on, he knows he's like the guy. So he actually is putting up a lot of points.
It's an offense where it's not depending on isolation. It's pick and roll. It's he has the freedom to shoot whenever he and
it's a tough offense because they do that pick and roll with him and with Curry and KD, and that's just hard as hell to guard. It's just extremely difficult to guard that.
It's interesting, with and they're doing it.
The Spurs have the blueprint though, because they since the first game they played. And they wiped the floor with Golden State. They have the blueprint because they have the bigs. If Aldridge can stay hot, him and Gasol are the X factors, big time.
I agree with that. If Kawhi's like you said, if Kawhi can come back healthy, and then if he can shut someone down, he is the Claw. He is one of the.
That is I like his.
He's a great defensive player. He's a great player all around. He's maybe the best all-around player.
Offensively, he's gotten a lot better.
When you think about it, the Pacers traded him for George Hill.
Yes, and that was crazy to me at
But
first because
that was a tangent.
Because George Hill was one of Greg Popovich's favorite players. And
Because
he played
why?
really, really well with the Spurs.
You're cutting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see me now? Hello?
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect with Kawhi coming out of college. San Diego State made a tournament run, and
I seen him play, and he was more of a post guy in San Diego State. I didn't think he would be.
He's a defensive player who was great in transition. I mean, you go down and he can dunk it and everything.
Yeah, he
but
can play
he's
post
got
too.
this.
He played a lot of post at San Diego, but I didn't think he would be this good. Oh, obviously, Greg Popovich
outside of
saw something.
Outside of LeBron, who's better? LeBron's on a whole nother level right now, but
for a guy
what is he? 14th season, 15th season?
Yeah, for a guy that you figured the torch would be passed to Kyrie or Kevin Love, and he's still the guy by leaps and bounds. He's still the most dominant.
You could make a case, and the same thing was during the Jordan era, is you could make a case that you could just give him the MVP every year.
Yeah,
you take Jordan off the Bulls, and they're not going to win championships.
They don't win.
You take LeBron off of this team, put him on any other team.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make the finals or fucking come close. You put him on any team. You put him on the Sixers right now. That team's automatically in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, automatically a contender.
I can't. Absolutely. Who's the worst? The Brooklyn Nets. If they got LeBron James.
Yeah,
he just makes everyone around him better.
Linsanity would come back. If LeBron was there, Linsanity would come back and he would just be balling again.
But have you heard any? They probably just released it today, but will they be having different relocation teams and stuff? We've kind of been dealing with the same ones for 3 years.
Just a teaser trailer for Madden. What JJ and I personally do for our Madden League, we have a Madden League every year. And we had several this year. We had a shit ton of leagues this year. We didn't play as much Madden as we normally do. We usually do about 5 or 7 seasons. This year we probably only played about 3 seasons. You won 2, I
3 or
won
4.
1. We only played 2. I mean, only played 3 because you won 2, I only won 1. And then we were halfway through and you just stopped.
Well, we were both grinding on. We were playing a lot of 2K.
Yeah, we were, and then I visited you as well, so we just.
Well, I
went to Green Bay, and we had a fun 10 days there.
You have to bring all your stuff up to Detroit, and we'll podcast up there.
The podcasting I could, yeah. That stuff I can, but I bet if you meant PS4 or not, that'd be a bitch.
No.
But
I got 2 of those.
The
we're
camera,
fine.
yeah, they're easy portable transportation.
Yeah, we can do a podcast live from Detroit.
Live podcast in Detroit, yeah, for sure, absolutely. I cannot wait to do that this year. It's gonna be really, really fun. But with Madden, back to Madden, and what we do for our leagues, we usually make ourselves whatever position we want to play. Usually we play quarterback in our league specifically, and then we pick a team and then we move them. We relocate them and make them a new team. I've done. My best team I ever did was in 15 was the Red Dragons. That team was Kaka. They were the most dominant force I ever had. I made that team specifically to combat JJ's team. And JJ and I would always go 16-0 almost every year, especially him. I usually would fuck up and lose 1 or 2 games because I would just fuck up because I would abandon the run game, which I usually don't do.
Yeah.
JJ's more of air it out. I'm gonna bore you to death with running it, then I'm gonna eventually air you out.
It's a lot of fun. We've been doing it for 3 years now? 4?
For a while.
You've been doing it longer. You and Kleinbauer used to do it.
Yeah, we used to do it all the time. We used to always make back in Madden 2020. You could make your own teams, whatever. There was no reason.
I miss those days. The NFL getting.
We made the Orlando Sharks, and we were probably the best effing team on the planet. And our jerseys were awesome. Our stadium was awesome. But for whatever reason, Madden. The one thing about Madden, and it does rain all the time here in Florida, but every game in Madden, if it's in Florida and it's an open outdoor stadium, it's always raining. In Florida, how it really happens since I live here, it rains for 5 minutes, it stops. Rains for another 5 minutes, it stops. Basically, that's it. It doesn't rain. Like we'll get rain and we'll have sometimes the thunderstorm, especially in Tampa and stuff like that. But it's not like raining all the time. Like it does rain like every day, but like maybe for a good like 20 minutes, and that's about it. Except lately,
Really?
it has not rained at all. Lately.
Yeah, I miss those days. I would make the NFL having. They're trying to protect their brand and everything.
Yeah,
I can't.
It
I used to
became a
make
big business thing. So go ahead.
I used to make 32 teams, because you get bored playing against the fucking Browns or.
Yeah.
So I'd make my own teams like the freaking Ypsilanti Yeti or something, something crazy. And so and you play all these games, and now you can only relocate, and they make their own uniforms, they make their own logos, all this other stuff.
I feel like
I
hope
they have too much
more to it this year. I hope they add a lot more. I hope it's not the same relocating teams. The engine looks a lot better, at least from the early on.
Oh,
it looks
just
really
from the
good.
teaser trailer,
Yeah.
the game looks good.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. We'll see. We'll see how actual gameplay is and everything. I'm really hoping they do have some new relocation teams, some newer jersey ideas. Maybe we can make our own color rushes. I always hate when you pick your jersey and you were stuck with that with relocation. But after a year or two, why can't we buy the other jerseys so we can have alternates and stuff like that, or have a design team to make alternates for us?
Oh yeah,
Because I feel like they should really do that, because that's really fun. And because I would always get sick. No matter how cool my jerseys looked, I would get sick of wearing the same two over and over again. I would like.
Oh
to
yeah,
have,
for sure. Why can't I have
the other two designs
or at least why can't I have 6 jerseys? You're offering them to me anyway.
Yeah.
Why can't I just have all 6 of them
And
when I
another thing
relocate?
is, when you relocate, you lose all your previous jerseys, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it'd be
either.
nice to have a throwback where you're, because I usually pick the Rams or something. And the Rams have some really, that yellow and blue is outstanding.
The old school one is awesome.
Or you had the Chargers who have 3 or 4 great jerseys. The baby blues, the navy blue with that yellow. I mean, the Chargers, outside of my Lions, of course, are my favorite jerseys in the NFL.
The Chargers, it's interesting to see them be called the LA Chargers now. And
Oh, did you see the stadium they're fucking playing in?
Yeah,
Trash.
It looks okay.
It's a soccer stadium.
Yeah, it's a small.
They're gonna fit, the most they could fit in there is 30,000 people or something like that. It's garbage.
And it's two teams they're sharing it with, right? They're sharing it with the Rams as well, right?
No. The Rams are at the Coliseum, I believe. But in 2020, they'll both have that new Olympic-sized fucking stadium.
Yeah,
it's gonna be So I mean, they'll be all right, but with that California, they got 2 teams in Los Angeles. Los Angeles can't keep a fucking team. The Raiders are moving to Las Vegas.
Which is interesting. I feel for the Oakland fans, because their team is getting fucking good now, and now they're gonna be, the Vegas.
I mean, if
Raiders,
they have Derek Carr, they win. They beat Houston.
I think so too. If Derek Carr didn't snap his leg, which sucks, poor kid, because his potential's through the roof, and he's much better than his brother.
Yeah.
Well, he has a better team too, and I'm hoping Beast Mode.
We've talked about this before too.
We have.
Fuck.
We'll move on. We'll
David
end it
Carr.
here. Was there anything you want them to add in Madden or 2K that you would feel like is missing, besides the relocation teams?
I want more. I would like more say so again, even in creating my own playbook or my own. You used to be able to create your own plays.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that, and just more say so. It's a great game. It's the game I play the most. But I'm an avid football fan. I don't think it's as good of a game as the show. The show.
The Joe.
I mean, the Joe. Go Red Wings.
Yeah.
The show puts it just. It doesn't seem like they're just pumping out a new game every year. They do try to make it. Where Madden there for a while was just. They're just slapping a new cover on it, and the thing that changed the most was maybe players, and that's all
Yeah.
that's all they really did for probably a 4 year. And they're getting better now. I love the engine. The running backs the running back
The
motions seem more
blocking
relevant.
seems right. Everything
Yep.
seems
Yeah.
good now.
You know,
Like, the
I
animations
play those
seem a
old
lot
Maddens,
better.
and I play those old Maddens sometimes, and you're like, I think I was playing Madden 08 with Vince Young on the cover on my dad's computer, and like you'll run a toss sweep, and you'll run with the running back, and the fullback will just peel back and block this guy over here instead of leading you.
Yeah,
where now it's kind of the AI is better, where they try to get the guy in front of you. Where
actually, and I feel like the O line and D line actually play like a O line and D line instead of just two people stuck together.
Yep.
They actually have animations. They feel like if he needs to come off, and then and your halfback will block for you, stuff like that. If you max,
and
this
last Madden did a great job of making it more difficult to play D line. The Madden 16 and 15, you know, I'd have Aaron Donald or J.J. Watt, and I get 90 sacks a year. I play all 16 games, 15-minute quarters.
Like 90
yeah, and you get. I mean, I think the highest they stopped recording it. I think I got 140 something in one season because it's
really
like it was. They made it too easy, you know. Now it's more like
real.
If I have a great player, you know, if I have an Aaron Donald, I can get 12 to 15. Is tops. Where before it's 98 a season. That's ridiculous.
It's still a little broken on offense because you and me are always like breaking records on offense. I threw for 7,000 yards or something, like some ridiculous shit.
And we you and I played with it a little bit, where instead of playing 15-minute quarters.
Yeah, we toned it down a little bit this year. Yes.
Because that first year is always difficult. Because your confidence is that first year you and I usually go. I think you missed the playoffs this year in the first year, maybe it was last year.
No, I actually made it to the Super Bowl.
Because you go 10 and 1 year you missed the playoffs. I think maybe it was.
No, I started out 2-5, and then I
think I finished 11-5 after starting bad. But once you build us playing as quarterbacks, once you build up that confidence, it's a lot easier. Those first 7 games are a struggle.
I think that's why I won the MVP, is because I started out 2-5, and then I just had that amazing ride where I.
It was when you were the Chargers, right?
Yep, last year.
It was Madden. It was when you were the Raiders that you missed the playoffs that first year. You got fucked out of it.
I was like 10-6.
10-6, and it actually showed you higher than the other team.
Yeah,
but they must have beat you in a tiebreaker or some shit. I don't know.
They must have. I felt like because I beat that team. But we tied, but
something fucked up.
Tiebreaker. Yeah, I think that first year I did miss it with Oakland. Yeah, last year. Yeah, not this. Well, 2 years ago.
Madden 16 or whatever. Yeah.
Madden 16. Yeah.
But 2K, I want to play my career.
Yeah.
It's I'm not necessarily the demographic they're looking for one in my career type of thing.
They did a really good job. Like, I've watched other people's videos of my career. They added a lot to it. Like, you can make your own court. You text the people, hang out with legends. You make a lot of choices. Very much a lot of things I like to do in my Japanese style RPGs and stuff. You do in these games. Like the show, like the Road to the Show is basically an RPG simulator. Like you actually make choices in the newer version of the show.
Yeah.
Like you get to choose.
That's another mode I need to play more.
Yeah. You used to play it a lot. Like you used to play it.
Yeah. Oh, I got my guy up all the way. I'm franchise. It's always my goal in baseball games, and I haven't been able to do it, is to play all 162 games
the playoffs. It is so hard.
And I can usually get to about 95, 96 games. And you're like, fuck. And then another game that comes out.
I did it in MLB 12 when I was the Florida Marlins with Kleinbauer, or Miami Marlins with Kleinbauer. That was the only time I ever played 162. And I don't even think I played the playoffs. It's tough to do that.
It's a battle.
I usually get to the All-Star break and then I sim. Usually. Or I'll sim it when if playoffs are going on and I haven't played it for a while, I'll sim it to playoffs because I'm 16-2 right now. I'm like Hall of Fame difficulty, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm
because I have that dynamic difficulty. It constantly shifts.
I think I'm 34-20.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. You get a diamond yet?
No, you fucker.
I still
Play
can't believe that
18
helmet.
games to get a diamond.
I played I only played what, like maybe 10 games.
Well,
I got a diamond.
And let's talk about the cool thing the show is doing. When they initially launched, they struggled with their servers. It was a struggle, but now as an apology, which they don't have to apologize, but it's cool. They are. You get 10 standard packs and
just 10
11,000 stubs.
Yeah, you're right. I did. I ripped them open today. I didn't get anything. I got a percussion.
You were part of the first wave. Nice.
Yeah. Well, you should check. You probably didn't check. It doesn't tell you they're there. Just go to the pack screen and they're there.
Yeah. Cool.
I sent you that text yesterday, and I thought that was pretty cool. Both games we just discussed, though. You said the show and 2K. Both those games are making good money because of their respective, my team and Diamond Dynasty. They need to fix their fucking servers. It's always been a problem every year, and both those two games still do not rectify it. So
that's where
Madden
has the edge on especially on the MUT and thing is their server. You can usually connect pretty good on Madden. There's not a lot.
You don't usually have connection issues.
There's not crazy lag, unless someone's trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
Which fuck those guys.
Leg switches. It happens in 2K too. I play people and they'll just suddenly I can't play my possession because I'm all over the place.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're leg switching, hitting that router button over and over.
Where your what is?
I like. Let's move on a little bit. We talked about the sports games. Let's move about Injustice 2 DLC first wave. What is your?
No. What is what?
Let's talk about Injustice 2. The first wave of DLC characters. What'd you think of that trailer? What'd you think of the announcement of those 3 particular characters?
As you have prepared me for it, it was very expected. But it looks good. I mean, having Red Hood in a game is always a plus. Starfire awesome. Looks fantastic, and obviously Sub-Zero was already. It seemed like he was leaked way.
He looked pretty damn cool.
It's cool to see a comic book guy's idea of these Mortal Kombat characters.
Yes, because Jim Lee, I believe, drew Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yes, he did both of them. So it was nice to. It was good to see that. But there's 6 more that's going to be named.
Yeah, they had 6 more silhouettes, and I hope some of them are kind of trollish. I hope some of them are not the real. One of them is Black Manta. Clearly, he looks exactly like Black Manta.
He's a very distinctive.
Yeah, and then another one was Raiden. You could clearly tell it was Raiden from Mortal Kombat. I hope that's not true. I don't want.
They don't need 2 Mortal Kombat characters.
You know who I specifically want in this game is Hellboy and
Spawn,
and there was no silhouettes of either of those 2 guys, but obviously we can't really fucking tell if it's a silhouette.
Yeah. Oh, they've already proved they're not trustworthy. And
yeah, they troll a lot and shit like that. I know.
Yeah. So
I already know Todd McFarlane gave the rights to Spawn, and everyone thought, okay, because that interview was for MKX, before MKX came out, that interview happened. Yeah. He's like, I gave them the rights to use Spawn. They just didn't tell me which game it was gonna be. So everyone naturally assumed fucking MKX. Oh fuck yeah, we're gonna get Spawn. Never showed up. So he's gotta fucking get into here. If he's not in
Spawn seems more
disappointing.
Spawn seems like it would be more for Injustice type. It's more of a superhero type character.
He is a comic book character. I always felt he was more suited for MKX because he's bloody.
Well, Mortal Kombat tends to go the horror route, don't they?
Sort of, but they use
a lot of horror
Spawn
characters.
Would fit in because he's kind of very violent and he kills and blows people's heads off. And
under that logic, they could get Wolverine.
True, very true, but that's.
I mean, they did have
That-
Kratos, which
Well, it's Marvel, so I don't
I still
know.
got
I
a
don't
boner.
think they because they're doing.
Well, not
they own the
in-
DC properties right now, or they have a partnership with DC. That's why they're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
Injustice 2.
Oh, for sure. I know why they don't have Wolverine.
But at the end of the trailer, you see the 3 characters stand out, and then right behind it, if you brighten up the screen, you can see the other 6 behind, which is interesting. And then the next day, those silhouettes changed, though. Most of them, not all of them. Some of them did change, so we don't really know. They still have Black Manta. The Raiden's gone, which thank God. We don't need another Raiden. I hope he's trolling. Like we don't need 2 MKX characters. I'm not a big fan of that.
Well, Mortal. I get having one, but this is it is NetherRealm, but it's a DC franchise game. You know, where you have Mortal Kombat. If you want to play as Raiden, go play MKX. It's a great game. Go play it. Where this one is so we can get a different feel. You get some of the characters will play a lot like characters in MKX, but what? So you're most anxious for Red Hood, right? To play as him.
The one I really wanted is Spawn, but yes, Red Hood. He needed to be in this game. He's one of my top. For sure. I was just hoping he would be part of the main roster and be part of the story, which he still can because some of the DLC characters in MKX were part of the story, like Tanya.
Yeah.
For sure. So we'll see. I feel like they're clearly doing 3 packs, 3 characters each for the 9 total characters. We'll see if they do an extra bonus character or anything like that down the line. Maybe that'll be Spawn or something, some surprise. I'm sure there's going to be some surprises in this game. For sure. The roster's already really incredible. I hope the story is pretty long. I hope it's not short.
No, you got a, 30 day 1 character? Well, 29 not counting Darkseid.
I think 31 if you count Darkseid.
And he's probably going to play, he's going to play a part in the story, I bet.
No, he's not. He's not involved in the story.
He's just a...
He's just a bonus. He's like Goro. Like when MKX, you pre-order, you get Goro. Same thing.
Yeah, okay. That's good. I just don't look forward to playing as Darkseid. He just seemed a lot like Zod to me, just the way he stands and the movement.
Well, he's kind of a cocky bastard.
But I'm looking forward to playing as Gorilla Grodd. I do, just watching gameplay video of him and stuff where he's a guy that can come at you, he can hand-to-hand combat you close, but he also
telekinesis, boom.
Yeah, get you from a distance. So he seems like a very versatile character to use, and I'm looking forward to that one.
He doesn't seem slow at all either. He seems very fast.
No.
Which I like, because some of the bigger characters in the Injustice 1, like Solomon Grundy, were just too slow. Doomsday was too slow.
Yeah.
They definitely seem, like, Goro's a huge character in MKX. Like, he's a big, but he moves quick. He's very, very quick.
Ferrator was, it was fun to play. But, Grodd looks awesome. I want to play as Mr. Freeze with the Premier skin with Captain Cold.
Hopefully he'll be able to be unlocked early. Hopefully you don't have to do so much to get that one.
Yeah, but as a guy who you also did the Extreme Edition or whatever the fuck it's called, the $100 pack where you get all the DLC and everything.
For Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, or no, for Injustice 2.
I did the Ultimate. Hi, Max.
Yeah.
I did the Ultimate Edition, obviously, because it comes with all the DLC stuff. Like,
you're gonna buy all that anyway.
Yeah,
so it's a very good deal, and
I get 20% off with Amazon anyway. So fuck it, just do it.
Yeah, I'm excited. Get it on Tuesday and try it out. Hopefully, it doesn't take forever to fucking download.
You probably can get it Monday because that said stores they tend to do an early release Monday now.
Yeah, but I gotta. Well, if it's early enough, 9 o'clock. I think they've been doing.
Yeah,
so.
9 o'clock is usually what it is.
Yeah. So maybe I'll get Monday night. But yeah, I'm very excited about this game. I loved the first one.
We'll discuss the story too once we beat it. We'll have like a spoiler cast of the story.
Our second spoiler cast.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. We'll have a spoiler focus camera. Come on, good. Okay, there you go. We'll do a spoiler cast of it because I'm thinking it's going to be really good. I really like the first Injustice story. I want to see how this one shapes out with Brainiac. Obviously, it seems like Batman and Superman are teaming up together.
Right?
Superman's not the bad guy in this one. It's more of
Batman finds out that Superman's mom's name is Martha, and they team up.
Why are you saying that name?
Yeah, it's.
Oh my god.
That's.
So,
I hope they add that in there just to be fucking
we're
funny.
at like 50 minutes here. We'll cut it after this. The last final thing we'll discuss is actual sports, not games, right? Actual sports. And we're going to talk about how embarrassing it was for the Houston Rockets last night. And that ass whooping they took. Like, they took a bad ass whooping. James Harden finished with
without
what, 5
Kawhi
points?
Leonard. Without Kawhi Leonard,
No,
they won by
Kawhi.
25 points.
They had.
How can you beat this one?
They had what?
Not right now, but
James Harden had what, 5 or 6 points?
I don't even.
He didn't have
it
a
was
lot of
bad.
points. He took about probably 4 shots.
He doesn't. The James Harden that is great is the one that gets to the free throw line and attacks the rim. This James Harden wasn't that James Harden.
For whatever reason, he was very tentative this game. He did not want to.
This is a game.
They played him perfectly. Like Greg Pop, they had all their hands up, so he couldn't get the call. Like they just played him perfectly defensively. But a lot of it's on him too. He didn't take a lot of shots at all. He didn't try to own up or be clutch.
He's got to be the guy. You got to. Yeah. It's game 7 or game 6. You're at home. It's an elimination game, the biggest game of your season. You've been, if not the MVP, the runner-up to the MVP all year, and to just choke it away it's very disappointing. I mean, I feel for the Rockets fans
like we discussed last time, man. It was, and he went out partying that night too, and he went to the club.
I don't, whatever. They're fucking human beings.
It is, but I mean,
to
get over it that quickly, it makes it seem like you don't care about the game.
Maybe he needed titties in his face to get over it. Maybe that's how he copes with his depression.
Strip club, though. It was
he went to a strip club and they chanted MVP.
Was it a strip club?
When he walked in the strip club, the people in the strip club chanted MVP.
I heard about that. I didn't know if it was a strip. I just saw a club.
I mean, if I'm sad, I like to have titties in my face. It's just
absolutely. Well, I don't know. Like you can take it in a joking way like that, but this is his fucking job. You're supposed to be an MVP candidate. You're supposed to own up and be fucking clutch. But time and time again, you have fucking choked over and over again. You choked in OKC, and you fucking choked several times in Houston already. And you had the fucking series, and you fucking blew it. It's on him.
It's not good.
It is on him. And then, yes, you're rich. You have feelings. You know, everyone get like you're a human being. Go to titty bar and stuff like that. But you shouldn't be doing that, bro. You should be working on what you need to get better.
So you want him after the game to stay in the gym and just keep shooting jump shots? That's what you want?
Well, he needs to look at some tape because that tape, I wouldn't want to watch that tape. I
would never watch that tape again.
I would not.
To be honest with you.
And you know, back in my wrestling days, every loss, my dad made me watch it, and I hated it. Always fucking hated it. But it made me better. Well,
you learn more from losing than you do winning.
Absolutely.
But nobody wants.
You're absolutely right, but it's tough to watch. It's tough to see like.
Oh no,
why
you
did
don't
I
want
do that? Why did I why did I perform that way? And I'm pretty sure that's why he's thinking. He's like, why did I just not be me? Because he's been so dominant this whole series, and he just.
Well, the last 2 games, he for the 3.5 quarters, he was the best player on the floor in games 5. And then in the 4th quarter and overtime in game 5, it was bad, and then it carried over into this game. He's a guy that has to get to the free throw line to be super effective. He's able to do that
game, for sure. But he can hurt you so many ways. He's such a great ball handler. And everyone surrounding him has done such a great job this year that they're like top 3 in the league of threes and stuff like that. They just could not knock it down last night. They looked very uncomposed last night. They looked like they really got punched in the face, and it was just like, I'm gonna take it. We're kind of done. Like even Mike D'Antoni.
For sure.
Mike D'Antoni, like he got roasted on Twitter the whole last night he just looked defeated. Like he looked like his clipboard was down, and he was just like,
Well,
"Fuck, is
at
this
that point,
happening?"
what can he do?
Yeah.
It's at this point
You
in the
just know how it
season.
is, people. People are always going to blame somebody, and I think
Well,
most of the blame should really be on Harden. Like it really.
Well,
should be.
Harden not playing like Harden can play is definitely it. But on the opposite end, let's
'Cause-
give credit to the Spurs. I mean,
No, absolutely. The Spurs have an
they're a
amazing
team
game plan.
without their star player.
Yeah.
They won.
Two
They're-
of their stars.
They're the first team in NBA history to lose game 1 by 25 or more points, and then win the clinching game by 25 or more
Yeah.
points. But the NBA playoffs in a whole have been very bad.
Yeah, it's been boring. Like
There maybe 2 good games.
yeah,
The Spurs Rockets going to overtime, game
that
5.
was an amazing game. That clutch
Yeah.
block from Manu, like that was
Yeah,
epic. That was
You know-
an epic game.
but it's been very, very hard to watch. Just blowout after blowout after blowout. And then with the NBA, there's no parity. Where you watch the NFL playoffs, you're like, oh man, any one of these 12 teams could win the Super Bowl. You watch the NHL playoffs, and I'm
You don't
going
know
on
who's
record
gonna
now.
win. You don't know.
I'm going on record right now. NHL playoff time, best sport.
Absolutely
Every
the best
every sport, it's the most fun to watch in playoff time.
They almost always go 7 games. Like it's epic.
I mean, the 8th seed right now in the Eastern Conference, the Nashville Predator, or the Western Conference. They're in the East, but they're in the West. Nashville they're playing for a chance to go to the Stanley Cup. They're an 8th seed. The NBA, have you ever, one time in 8th
Twice.
seed? Maybe twice?
Twice. Warriors.
In 8th seed, Warriors beat
against
Dallas.
And then Grizzlies against Spurs. Grizzlies against Spurs.
Yeah. So I mean,
Hi, Allie.
it never happens. But in every other major sport, you can't. The Cubs have a good shot at doing it.
Yeah.
Who thought the Indians were going to be as good as they were?
No,
The year
man,
the Royals.
Indians had an amazing run. And look at
The year
Kansas
the
City,
Royals,
the previous
yeah,
2 runs. That was their 2 times to do it, and they got 1.
Yeah.
But
So
their
the
run's clearly
Giants.
over.
The Giants that they somehow are in it every year.
Every other year.
Every other year, yeah.
every other
But
year
in
they won it.
basketball, I mean, when the season started, who do you think was going to be in the finals?
Golden State and Cleveland.
And what's it look like it's going to be?
Probably Golden State and Cleveland. But it would be cool
Yeah.
to see.
We'll just someone knock it off.
Unlike the Pats, I really do respect the Spurs. Like, I like what the Spurs do. Greg Popovich just gets the best out of everybody. Very much just like how Bill Belichick. He gets the best out of everybody. And
Very similar type
this will
of
be like their
teams.
6th title if they get to it. I think it'll be a good series. I think it'll be a tough, fun series.
It's just, I'm telling you, I was wrong about the Rockets and the Spurs, but I'm telling you, if the Spurs win 2 games, I'll be surprised. Golden State is just.
It's going to be interesting.
They come at you with so many different people, and it's hard. It's hard to win those games. But I it's another team that part of me roots for. I like the kind of the villainous role that the Warriors have adopted. I'm a big fan of Kevin Durant. I think he's a great player and he's fun to watch.
I like Kevin too. I don't like his choice though, but I see why.
But
you want to win a ring, but
not only that, but it's the way everything. LeBron James going to Miami and then forming it. Going to play with Dwayne Wade and getting Chris Bosh to go there too.
That team wasn't like that good compared to this. This team legitimately has like 4 All-Stars.
Yeah, but
like starters.
But they didn't say, "Hey guys, let's all play together."
No.
They drafted Steph Curry. They drafted Klay Thompson. They drafted Draymond Green.
It was just This is it. This is what I told you last time. Golden State did not need KD. KD needs Golden State.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the biggest
Absolutely.
reason. That's the only reason why he's
there
because he doesn't. He can't do it on his own.
But that being said, he's the best player on Golden State. As soon as he steps on the court, he's their best player. They can win without him. They don't need him. But when he's there, he is the go-to guy.
He's very dominant. It's gonna come down to the bigs.
But he's not LeBron James. I can't take Kevin Durant off of the Warriors and put him on the Nets or put him on the Sixers. They'll be a playoff team for sure. Even win a playoff series, but they're not going to get to the finals. He doesn't have whatever LeBron James has.
And he went to Washington.
That team would be. I still like that team a lot.
I like it a lot, but if they had KD, like they probably get to the finals.
But it's again, can KD make John Wall play defense when he misses a shot, or get Bradley Beal to play defense when he misses a shot? They just lose their focus if they're not shooting well. It's done.
Yes, like they get really hurt about it, and they just don't play.
Then
well.
The defensive end suffers for it.
But if
I don't, you didn't. You've played. I don't know if you played basketball. But on basketball, I did. My pride was on the defensive end, and I think a lot of the people I respected as NBA players, if you get,
anymore,
I can go score 35 points, and that's great. But we might lose. But if I stop you from scoring, that meant more to me than me scoring.
Yeah, but a lot of guys don't feel that way.
Oh, nobody. It's just it's all about
who
getting
does feel that
on
way
ESPN.
Is Kawhi. Absolutely, Kawhi feels that way.
Well, the Spurs are coached that way.
Yeah.
And the teams that, even LeBron James is blocking, Game 6.
That was epic. That was epic.
A lot like Tayshaun Prince blocking Reggie Miller in Game 2 of that Eastern Conference Final. It's the teams that are willing to play defense are going to win. And the Warriors do play defense. They do. And
that's
not
the
great.
crazy part. They're not only they're good offensively, they're really good defensively. Honestly, they're probably better defensively with KD. He's getting a lot of his blocks are higher. His defensive rating
rebounds. Well, he gets to play the 4 now. He's playing the 4, maybe the 5. Him and Draymond Green.
He plays.
But
a lot
like you said, they can run that pick and roll and pick your fucking poison, man.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna really do in that? You almost gotta force someone else to take a shot than those two, and that's hard to do because Clay knocks down the shots. Then Draymond's playing out of his fucking mind. He's the one guy you want to take the shot, but yet he's making his.
Well, Draymond is the heart and soul of that team. He's the Ben Wallace of that team, and if LeBron can do what he did in the last series, in this series, they're done. What Draymond got the technical. He missed Game 5, and the rest is history, man.
It's probably going to go that way. It's probably going to be a rubber match. I don't want it to be a rubber match, but it's probably going to happen. That's what the league wants, and that's what 90% of the people want.
Well, I guess at the end of the day, as a sports fan, you want the best two teams playing each other.
Yeah,
you just wish the best two teams weren't the same best two teams every year.
Yeah, like you said, it's just hard with basketball because there's so much. There's no parity at all. Everyone's just kind of stuck.
I mean, the Jazz were a 5 seed and the Clippers were a 4 seed. Maybe that was the only upset. It wasn't even an upset because they're 4-5.
Yeah, Jazz are going to be really good, man. I feel like they would have won a couple games from the Warriors if they played their basketball. They wanted to play a lot of Warrior ball. They're trying to shoot too many threes.
Well, they're missing their point guard, and
Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward's a really good player. He had an amazing year this year. Very underrated player, but he settled for. I know he's great. He's great from 3, but he settled way too much for threes. And then he changed his game when he got into the inside more and stuff. But Gobert was hurt too, so it was hard. But if Gobert stays healthy and they continue to feed him the ball and get McGee and Zaza in trouble, they would win. They would at least win a couple of games. But obviously the Warriors are very, very talented, and they had a perfect plan even without their head coach there. They are. Really,
Mike Brown's gonna get a job now too.
Yeah, he should. I always thought he was a good coach. That Lakers team he coached wasn't good. It was just a bad Lakers team.
Well, no, and then when he was in Cleveland, he had LeBron James, but the Pistons were, a good team. The Heat were a good team. So.
But he had LeBron. He had the best player.
He is the best player.
He had the best player, and a lot of people's eyes, he's still probably the king.
LeBron took a team that was I mean, name fucking 5 players on that team.
Delonte West,
Yeah.
Drew Gooden. They're starting a lot. Eric Snow, Boobie Gibson,
There you go. Who's the number 2 though? You didn't even name their second best player.
Larry Hughes.
No, Big Z, man.
Oh,
Zadrunas Augustus.
Yeah, but Larry Hughes was on that team. I made 5, so screw you.
Well, my point is, it's like
most
when
people won't, because that team we should have won that series, and for him to go off
that was heartbreaking. Up 2-0 to lose that series.
Overtime like that, like it proved that he was the best.
It's again like that team that I think they got swept by the Spurs, but that team that beat us and then gets swept by the Spurs. It reminds me a lot of like when people say, again, I know I'm gushing over Tom Brady and LeBron James today, but Tom Brady, he has all this great talent. No, when he won Super Bowls, he was throwing the ball to Deion Branch and Troy Brown, and
a lot of people forget how Deion Branch was a tiny dude.
He won a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, he won the MVP that year. Yep.
Yeah, it was, the team just transforms, but LeBron's the best player, and as long as he's there, they're gonna.
You see him leaving Cleveland, or is he staying for long?
I don't think he can leave
he
Cleveland
keeps doing
anymore.
The 1-year deal thing.
Yeah.
The 1-year option.
Yeah, I don't know if he can leave Cleveland. A lot of that is so maybe he'll sign for cheaper. If they want to bring in Dwayne Wade or somebody.
You think that happens though? You think Dwayne Wade?
I hope not. Because I think that's a bad look for Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, he's back home in Chicago, and that team played pretty good. Like
that team made the playoffs after trying to trade everyone away. So
they should have won if Rondo didn't go down. They would have beat the Celtics.
It's another series. They were 2-0. So yeah, it was. Dwayne Wade, he's just not Dwayne Wade anymore. I mean, remember when they beat us and they had Shaq and Dwayne. Dwayne Wade was just. I mean, the shots he would make was insane. It was like, God damn it.
They were also down 0-2 against Dallas and came back and won.
Yeah. And that Dallas team's very underrated.
Yeah, it was. That team was underrated, and the one that won like 61 games or whatever was underrated but lost.
Well, the team that beat the Heat in the champion, they're the first championship LeBron made with the Heat.
Yeah, that was very much like James Harden, though. LeBron just disappeared. He just was non-existent.
Dirk
took over that series, and he did not want to lose.
Dirk was awesome. Dirk is awesome.
He got his one, but I don't think he gets another one. He got the one.
Oh, he will never know. Unless he's willing to go fucking play somewhere else.
Yeah, right. We'll end it here. That was what we wanted to talk about. Any last words, JJ? I would like to thank everybody and my cousin, for watching the Golden God and Friends podcast.
Just watch this, enjoy it, and keep. We're trying to get this thing started. Mainly, Levi's going to have other people on it, but I'm on it a lot, and it's a lot of fun. I like talking to Levi, and I like talking about the stuff we're talking about, and just everybody check it out. If you haven't checked it out yet, and this is your first one, go check out the other ones and listen from now on.
Yeah,
to all of them.
I said, I got a lot of things running up. I got a lot of stuff to upload, but I got the YouTube channel up. I got Twitter. Got the Instagram. I'll have JJ's personal one as well, and I'll have my personal one. But we'll have the Golden God and Friends they'll have their own one, so you guys can ask those questions. I'm gonna figure out. I gotta figure out how to get this on iTunes. I'm gonna figure that out. Again, we're not a kids show by any means at all. But thank you guys so much, JJ. I love you. Have a great day.
Love you too.